What's up? Good, popping, cracking, percolating really good in the hood. Yes, yeah. It's me, B.O.B. with the Rock With Me Nation. Special, I guess a special show. Before we begin, like, share, subscribe. You like, leave a comment. You don't like, leave a constructive comment. It's a safe space. It is absolutely a safe space. It is. Uh, Y'all see what the title is? Oh, I don't think I'm doing myself no favors with this right here. But no, y'all see what the title is and everything like that. Ooh. So we got that and everything like that. And what's going on now? Tell them what's going on. We got that. And mind you, I wasn't going, I wasn't gonna do this. And the reason why I wasn't gonna do it, because I didn't watch the video. You say, Theo, why you didn't watch the video? I kind of like to take it easy on myself mentally. Like I want to make it easy on myself. Like I don't ever want to put myself emotionally in harm's way. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So I felt like if I watched the video of him being on the Breakfast Club, I was gonna be triggered. That's what I felt. I said, Theo, you don't want to watch that because you're gonna be triggered. Kind of like how I ain't want to watch Black Panther 2, because I felt like I was gonna be triggered. I wasn't disappointed either time. I was triggered. But to be fair, so to give an honest observation, you gotta be you gotta partake, whether you don't want to or not. I didn't want to. I know he got a movie coming out, and I wish him the best on the movie Sinners. Him and Michael B. Jordan. I wish him the best. With Theo, how would you be able to do that? I'm able to compartmentalize. I wish you the best over there with that. I believe he's going to do a great job with that. Why? Because to Kamoyo's point, we discussed it on our show Friday Night Vibes with me and my brother Daryl and everything like that. Y'all make sure y'all check it out on his channel, Be Real with D Real. The question was posed, do we think he could be successful being a director? And I'm like, well, if we doing something that's going to use, what's going on, Juju? My fellow devil dog in the building. If we are, because he's good at death. Violence. Black stereotypes. I know folks gonna say something, but if Queen is Slim had his fair share of black stereotypes, black trauma, black death, it did. That was fiction. That was fiction. Even in the Creed movies, we got black trauma. Didn't Apollo cheat on his wife? We didn't find that out to the Creed movies, right? Right, okay. Well, didn't Adonis and his friend, played by Jonathan Majors, didn't they have a police altercation? Yeah. Did somebody go to jail? Yeah. Okay, all right. Now, I understand Black Messiah and Fruitvale Station were based on true stories. But within those true stories, what do we have? Within those true stories, what do we have? All right. Well, in Black Panther, both movies, what did you get? So as long as the vehicle, the movie, he can do those things and be successful in doing those things, then yeah, he can do it. Let's be clear. The Queen Mother Ramunda's deletion was his idea. For no reason. For no reason. So when we look at this horror movie, well, we've seen the solicits. You read the solicits if you are a fan of his or if you're a vampire fan. Well, we know this is a period piece. It's a period piece. Michael B. Jordan is playing twin brothers. And these twin brothers are going to do some stereotypical black stuff. You're going to get some death. You're going to get some trauma. Well, I mean, I ain't trying to be funny, but that's supernatural. Not I'm saying he doing supernatural, but you got some what stereotypes in supernatural. You did. You got a lot of death. You did. You got a lot of trauma. You just knew what you was getting. You knew what you was signing up for with supernatural. You knew what you were signing up for. See, that's the whole thing. When you know what you're signing up for, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. You know what you're getting. I'm going to keep up with these notes, and then we're going to continue on with the show. I appreciate y'all pulling up. Not telling my brother Juju in the building, Mr. Moloch in the building, Nico Bean, what's going on? Hero Z, what's going on? What's going on? Yeah, we in here. So, he said, Mr. Moloch said he had to walk out of Queen and Slim. I know. You get tired of seeing that at some point in time. I keep telling folks, I like the movie with Queen Latifah set it off. I would have preferred if Queen would have got away. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. I like Boys in the Hood. I'd have been better off if Ricky would have been still living. Yeah, I didn't need Ricky to go out like that. I didn't need that wasn't my idea. I said, oh damn. Even what menace to society, the dude that was going to college, I didn't want it to end like that. I didn't. Dead presidents. I wasn't a fan of Lorenz Tate character going to jail. I wasn't. No. I got tired of looking at them damn movies. Well, he was on The Breakfast Club. Ryan Coogler. You gotta ask the question. And I'm gonna read to you because I had to sit there and watch the video. So when asked about, because it was Charlamagne the God that asked him the question, different people bring different energies. And I'm paraphrasing because I don't want to necessarily quote it like that, but what different energy did Chadwick bring that Michael didn't? And we get some statements from Ryan. Chadwick was a fully baked man, old school man from the South. Me and Mike was kids. When asked by Charlamagne that different people bring different energies, what did Chadwick bring that was different from Mike? He was the kind of teacher, Chadwick, that you never knew when you were being taught a lesson, all by his example. What he gave me, Ryan, was patience. He moved at an old school pace. He took his time, but he was always early. Chadwick never broke action, character. What would he do? What would Chadwick do? Well, if I'm to believe what Roland Martin said when he spoke to Glenn Thurman shortly after Chadwick passed, he would want you to see the character and not him. The difference is there will never be another Chad. That's absolutely true. But then again, we said the same thing about Michael Jordan. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. To me, the question is answered, but it's not answered. You can go watch the interview. What I have as of yet to get, and even in this interview, was what type of man was Chadwick Boseman. If I want to know what type of man Chadwick Boseman, not the actor, the man. If I want to know what type of man he was, the only person who speaks on it is Derek, his wife. If I want to know who Chadwick Boseman is, Chadwick Boseman has spoke on the type of man that Chadwick Boseman is. You watched it. You've either watched it or you read it. Like the dude, We don't need a mouthpiece. And I don't think, regardless of how many videos I do about Chadwick Boseman, I'm gonna ever do him justice. No, he told you the type of man that he was. When asked about T'Challa, he laughed, he giggled. But if Chadwick Boseman is the teacher, and we're supposed to learn from his example, then what do we learn? Okay, well, regardless of how frustrated I get in regards to the numbers on this channel, the slow growth and everything like that, I ain't doing this for just me. No, there are people who look forward to the content that I drop on this channel in regards to both the actor and the character. That's what that is. That in any related works whatsoever. So this ain't about me. Just like playing T'Challa wasn't about Chadwick Boseman. I don't even know how we got here, to be perfectly honest with you, because I remember the video, I remember the interview, the Sirius XM radio interview. We all do. We saw that interview. We played that interview. Some of us had that interview saved on our mobile devices. It's right there. In his own words, he tells folks that'll listen, he had no idea that character meant so much to so many. This is him being Chadwick Boseman. The movie has not come out yet, and he's letting it be known prior to him as a man, as an actor, being given the job. He had no idea that character. Mind you, he's doing this interview, and we know, if you're a Black Panther fan, who all they've said has worn this mantle at this damn time. Nobody is looking for anybody else who wore the damn mantle. Nobody is checking for T'Chaka. Nobody's checking for Mosi. Nobody's checking for Bashinga. Nobody's checking for Queen Turkana. Nobody's checking for Nahanda. Nobody's checking for Shorty. Oh no, everybody and their mama was even the two boys who didn't live long enough. They weren't excited to see him walk through their bedroom doors, their hospital doors, and visit them as Sion. Mamadou Fall, Mteli, Zentra. They didn't, that's not who they were looking at. That's not who they were excited to see. They were excited to see T'Challa. And they didn't live long enough. And they weren't the last ones to not live long enough. These are friends, right? Friends. Friends, right? Has any one of those friends told you his quote about time? Any of them? I would be just considered to be a no influence having ass fool if you listen to Roland Martin. But his quote about time, it hits different when you know that clock is running out. This was a man who didn't give in to the excuses, and he had them. Reasons justifiable to not do it. He brought us T'Challa because he realized how much that character meant to so many people. And if once again we are to believe the words of Roland Martin, he wanted us to see the role and not him. Ryan did touch on one thing that I understood. Chadwick didn't break character. Said they rolled up on him 9 o'clock at night and he was still speaking Wakandan. Had an accent. Was probably still using Xhosa or Swahili whenever the opportunity benefited itself. Those are real languages. On this channel, I've encouraged us to get back to our roots, a la Chadwick Boseman. He know where he's from. Chadwick Boseman in Captain America Civil War made it his business to learn Xhosa so the conversation between he and Baba, the gentleman who played T'Chaka, would be authentic. We need to remember, Wakanda's never been conquered. It hasn't. Well, he dedicated himself to learning about his culture, his language, because he knew what tribe he was from. On this channel, I'm not Chadwick Boseman. I'm not going to pretend to be. I ain't even trying to be. But the example that he set forth, because Ryan talked about that, the example, right? Well, what has the cast and crew done to encourage us that are Chadwick Boseman fans to follow in his example? He said Chadwick was a teacher by example. Well, then the example set forth would be to put my brothers and sisters first. Take my brothers and sisters into consideration. Learn my native tongue. Because if we're in America and you consider yourself Black, English is not our native tongue. It's our second. And we know our second tongue a whole lot better, way more efficiently than we know our native tongue. We can't be bothered to learn it. But the man that we are fans of did. And his friends, they haven't encouraged us to walk in his shoes. They haven't. His friends aren't even walking in his shoes. If I'm going to walk in his shoes, if I'm going to learn a lesson from him, as we all should, it would be being the utmost professional, right? Right. Being absolutely unselfish. Yeah. Yeah. Thinking more about others than you think of yourself. Yeah. Willing to do more for others than for yourself. Yeah. See, Chadwick Boseman was a high school student who wrote a play and dedicated it to his friend who was deleted. I'm going to say that one more time. He wrote a play and dedicated it to his high school friend. He was in high school when his friend was deleted. I've been asking damn near since Kevin Feige came to the stage and made the announcement. Where is the Chadwick Boseman movie biopic? Knowledge, education, so that we could all learn who he was as a man, not as an actor. who he was as a man, what moved him as a man. I have been asking for that. Since around about the same time Kevin Feige came to the stage and made his announcement. And do you know what us, superhero fans, have gotten since then? We've gotten Christopher Reeve's son on Good Morning America. We've got the Christopher Reeve movie biopic. And we've got Christopher Reeve's son having a cameo appearance in the upcoming Superman movie. Does anybody remember Chadwick's family being in the movie? I only asked that question because I remember when Paul Walker, rest his soul, passed away, his brothers popped up in the movie. Yeah, they would use the CGI, but they popped up in the movie. And mind you, the irony to that comparison is because Paul Walker passed away while they were filming. The irony to that situation is that Brian O'Connor did not get killed off as a character. Brian O'Connor did not have a child out of wedlock as a character. Brian O'Connor did not leave his woman, his wife, behind someplace. No, Brian went home. Brian is still at the house with his wife and children. We could have wrote T'Challa out of respect for Chadwick Boseman going someplace else with Nakia and his son as a married couple, as a nuclear family. I find it hard to believe that the man who offset his salary in a movie so that his European female co-star could be paid correctly. I don't see him as a selfish individual. I don't see him keeping things to himself. Someone just said he was a teacher, right? And he taught by example. So what example did we learn? The character that meant so much to so many, he had no idea. One person, two people have decided to gatekeep it. Well, wasn't it already being gatekept, which is why the two young men, the two boys, weren't able to live long enough to see the character come to the big screen? Wasn't the character already being gatekept? Isn't the character to a degree right now being gatekept in comics because they don't want to do anything with him because of the decision that the director, writer, executive made? Do we think, and I'm just asking, do we think that's the honor that Chadwick Boseman would want? That a character that he realized meant so much to so many goes away with him? Whether we're talking comics, whether we're talking video games, whether we're talking movies, that the character goes away with him. Or is it more beneficial that I was the only one to ever do a movie with T'Challa in it? I didn't want to watch that video. I didn't want to be triggered. I didn't want to say anything that was going to be misconstrued as a personal attack. I didn't. I wanted to sit back, wish him well on the centers, and let him be great. But I'm having the damnedest time with people like Charlemagne the God, Jamel Hill, Ryan Clark, Shannon Sharp, Ringerverse, E-Man Reviews, and anybody else that this falls to. I'm tired of folks claiming to know better, but doing the bare minimum. I could not show up on the pivot and not have a working knowledge of football, yet have an opinion on football. I can't show up on The View and get involved in a discussion about women and not have a working knowledge of women. I better not discuss the WNBA and not know a damn thing about the WNBA. See, in everything in life, we have to be knowledgeable about what we're talking about. But I keep saying it with this right here, whether it's a comedian, whether it's a podcaster, whether it's a YouTuber, whether it's a political analyst, whether it's a damn singer, whether it's a rapper. There are way too many folks out here bumping their damn gums because you don't have time to read comics. I don't give a damn if we talking about a Method Man. You don't have time to read damn comics. And you know what? I'm not tripping on that. You don't have time to read comics because you're doing something else. And that's fair. Chadwick didn't know. But he didn't act like he knew either. He didn't put on for the gram. No, let me dive in and go get this knowledge. Let me pick up a comic book. I'm getting ready to take on this role. We got actors and actresses who don't even look the part, but will take on the role, not thinking about who they're representing at the end of the damn day. No, let me go get paid. You have writers and directors not giving two damns about the characters they're putting on screen when it comes to representing us, or even if they look like us, even if they say they are us. No, let me go get paid. Rinse, wash, repeat. Well, Theo, don't go so damn hard. Why not? Is Charlemagne the God not the same person who said he would not endorse Joe Biden for the Democratic Party, but as soon as Kamala Harris threw her hat, he jumped in? That's grifting 101. It's still the same damn party. It's not a political rant. We've been taking our cues for far too long from those that are in the entertainment industry. I can remember one point in time, Puffy doing a Rock the Vote commercial. You can like Ryan. I like R. Kelly. I'm gonna tell you just like I told my daughter, I like R. Kelly. That don't mean R. Kelly wasn't flawed. That don't mean that R. Kelly was doing something he had no business doing. No, that just means I like R. Kelly. Well, as a critical thinking person, I should be able to say I like R. Kelly, but point out his flaws too, right? He ain't perfect. I'm not perfect. None of us are. We all make mistakes, whether those mistakes are on purpose or by accident. We all do wrong. And if you are a God-fearing person, you live your life like that, the great flood was God saying, I got it wrong. That's what the great flood was. See, we not getting the great flood if it was right. No, it was wrong. So you hit the reset button. So you can like Ryan Coogler. It does not mean he's above being wrong. And since he said Chadwick was a whole baked ass man, he and Mike were kids. Well, I would love to tell you that as a young man, I got all the lessons right from my elders. No, some of them I got wrong. Why? Because as Ryan alluded to, I was a kid. But when I grew up, I put away childish things. Our actors, directors, writers have a huge responsibility. That is what that is. They have a huge... Charles Barkley tried to walk away from his responsibility back in the day. No, my guy, you're a role model. You are. It comes with the job. Well, Ryan Coogler shouldn't be concerned about being a gatekeeper for T'Challa. No, Ryan Coogler, as well as the other black directors, writers, executives, artists, entertainers, first and foremost, they need to be gatekeepers for the black people. And in being gatekeepers for the black people, you have a huge responsibility when it comes to our imagery, our likeness, our representation, our love, our loyalty. You got a huge responsibility. Yeah. You are, whether you want it to be or not, you're an example. And no differently than how you looked at Chad, you got quite a few of us looking at you. You teaching. Do you know what you're teaching? Do you care what you're teaching? Do you know what you're teaching? Those are all fair questions. I don't think they've been asked. I could sit back and make this video, and in this video, just keeping it right there with Ryan Coogler, his interview on The Breakfast Club, Charlemagne the God, and his wishy-washy attitude, or all these other folks out here that don't know what the hell they talking about and not trying to learn what they talking about. But I would go one better. You're an MCU fan. You say you're a knowledgeable comic book fan. That ain't for me to say. Okay? Well, I go back to it. The very first movie, Terrence Howard is not James Rose, and neither is Don Cheadle. Azuri gave Gabe, who was played by Derek Luke in Captain America, the first Avenger, Azuri gave Gabe the vibranium, not Howard. Sam is from Harlem, 6'2", 250. He can communicate with birds. The only reason why he's flying, point blank period, is because the king of Wakanda, i.e. T'Challa, not the Wakandan Science Institute, T'Challa designed his wings. Both versions. You didn't see Bill Foster grow at all. No, you didn't. The Ghost is not a biracial woman. The Ghost is a Caucasian man. Between the heart-shaped herb, nanotechnology, and Doctor Strange in the Marvel comics, there's no reason why Isaiah Bradley looking like he getting ready to kick the bucket any day of the week. Speaking of Isaiah Bradley, you've seen him how many times now, and you still ain't got that flashback, which Carl Lumley has asked for. You still ain't got it. And while you can hear Wanda Maximoff's children, see her children, the last time you saw Elijah Bradley, the grandson, right? God knows you ain't seen Josiah the cloned son yet. Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Let's stay with Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Lamar Hoskins is an E9. John Walker is an O3. Lamar Hoskins isn't dead. Very much alive in the comics. And he's bigger and stronger than John. Let me keep going. I don't know who Njobu is. I don't know why there's an Njobu, but T'Chaka's younger brother is named Sion. Sion, who sacrificed his life for the Queen Mother Ramunda. I don't know who Njobu is. I don't know why we got to keep having civil unrest in Wakanda. We did that in Black Panther. We did that in Black Panther 2. And we still, as of yet, ain't seen the titular character in either movie. Whether we talking T'Challa or Shuri, you ain't seen them be no superhero. You have seen them don the Panther habit. But save the world? As I think it was Greatest said it, you had one involved in a family squabble, and the other one was dealing with a diplomatic issue. You ain't seen nobody save the world, but you like it though, right? Fastos is a heterosexual male. He's not gay. And Fastos ain't built like that. No, Fastos is built more like Chris Hemsworth. That's what that is. I'm sorry. That is what. And Sam ain't broke. As a veteran in this universe, no, Sam far from broke. And Monica Rambeau, she should be the first female Captain Marvel. And she got a whole mama and daddy. Yeah, she got a whole mama and dad. Her mama and daddy still madly in love. They got gray hair like me. Yeah. They retconned it. They met while they both were in the army. And her mama don't know Carol Danvers. There ain't no Auntie Carol. No, it's mama and daddy. And she did was in a relationship with Adam Brashear. So you should have got Adam Brashear, the Blue Marvel, in WandaVision. You should have. You should have. But what did they do with Monica? Left her behind, stranded on the other side of the universe. And while you sitting there watching that video clip from Marvel play out for 5 hours, what you did not see was a chair with Tiana Paris's name on it. It's the character's fault, her fault, the actress and the character's fault that the Marvels didn't do that well. So we don't need to hear her story. We don't need to get her story. Oh, my bad, because I don't want folks to think I'm like that. Riri Williams, while she is intelligent, is I don't know what, she ain't no thug. She ain't hustling folks. And she didn't need Wakanda to design her first suit nor second suit of armor. She don't know Shorty. Ain't got nothing to do with no vibranium, nothing like that. No, Riri Williams is her own character. Her mentor, the person she looks up to, the legacy hero, wouldn't have a damn thing to do with Wakanda. It's Tony Stark. Where's Luke Cage at? Where's Misty Knight at? With Theo, it sounds like you all over the place. No, I'm asking questions that Chadwick Boseman would be asking. I'm asking the questions that the guy who worked in an African bookstore would have asked. I'm asking questions that the guy who traced his lineage back to Africa would have asked. I'm asking questions that the guy who went to Howard University would have asked. I'm asking questions that the guy who boycotted what was going on with his school being merged with another school, I'm asking them to. No, I'm asking the same similar questions that he did when he walked in the writer-director's office on the set of General Hospital? I'm asking them questions. And those aren't popular questions. Those questions will get you blackballed because folks don't want to know you are articulate and knowledgeable as a black person. And they still don't. So when I look at that video, I got triggered all over again. And I have to compartmentalize me being triggered because I do wish sinners all the best in the world. But on this, I wish he would never be asked again. And I wish those that did not give two damns wouldn't bother asking. Because you give a damn about something. It's just clear this ain't it. And what's pissing me off is I know I could never do what y'all are doing. Speak on something I either A, don't know anything about, or B, don't give two damns about, or worse, C, don't know and don't care. So that's how I feel. Now, I said this was a safe space. You might not like what I said, but there's not one lie in what I said. it ain't one lie there. So you can be mad. You can. I ain't gonna tell you not to. I'm gonna keep up with these notes. He made MBJ. I be thinking MJB, Mary J. Blige. That's where I be at. Had a twin just so he could kill one of them off. That's the rumor, ain't it? They better recast to get their money back before these tariffs come in. All right, there. I wish Charlemagne actually did his research before the interview. Charlemagne the God interviewed Ryan, and this is something else that we have to be mindful of. The Breakfast Club did the interview for ratings. That was their motivation. He did the interview because he's got to promote a movie. You think about what we spent the majority of the time talking about during the interview. He got a movie. And it wasn't for us. Like, we need to understand, like, at the end of the day, those were selfish reasons. Oh, no, you got a movie coming up. This would help our ratings. Right. Okay, well, I got a movie coming out. Y'all are one of the most popular shows in urban culture, if not the most popular radio show in urban culture. Well, I need to promote my movie. I understand that. My brother say he listens to Kamoyo King say, listen, what's going on, Groovy Feet? Ask Jadis, I'd be more inclined to cut Coogler breaking horror movie on his list of black stereotypes if he didn't have a track record outside of it. I'm pretty sure the horror movie is going to do what it's supposed to do. Going to be some gore in there. We're going to have a nice plot. You know, horror movies. I'm not going to insult horror movies. The plot just got to make sense. I'm thinking to a degree. We're going to be able to make it make sense. And we got some stuff going on. Now, Theo, no. Because see, if Charlemagne the God was really truly Charlemagne the God, stop. You Charlemagne. Because if you was a God, you would be omniscient, right? And so you would have asked him how much in common does the movie Sinners have with the movie he was going to do, Bitter Root, especially considering Bitter Root just came out last Wednesday with a brand new comic. See, God would have thought of that. God would have knew that. God would have been aware of that. But you Charlemagne, the Breakfast Club, Charlemagne, the radio show host. You're not Charlemagne the God. I don't even want us to call him that no more. I don't, because it's expectations on the table when you say that. You say what? You say you the God. Charlemagne, a God or the God? Charlemagne, the God. Because I be wanting to ask, we reading Akagon right now, Brutalizer of Gods. Shout out once again to Mario Ayadele. We got the drunken God, right? Right? We got the God of war, right? We got the God of metal, right? We got the God of wisdom, right? Well, I ain't never heard of a God of radio show. I'm just, hey, I'm just here so I don't get fined. Chad is Kenobi Coogler is a knacking. I ain't even finna do that. What's going on? My brother D Real is in the building. What's going on? They didn't have him die the same way his actor died in real life. No, they didn't. Which I thought was, we didn't do this in Star Wars either, though, did we? Damn sure didn't do it in Captain America 4, did we? But I'm just here so I don't get fined. That's all. I'm just here so I don't get fined. I don't this character, this one. Okay, never mind. Did we do this in Spartacus? No, we didn't do this Spartacus. BP crew acted like we didn't go through COVID. I got 3 days off of my aunt's funeral. I had to get back to work. My boss was a bit not. Listen, something today where on the interview, it was a 4-year movie. And see, if you don't know, you just gonna go along with that. And Charlemagne heard it, he ain't say nothing. So you would think it took them 4 years to get the movie out. That's not that's not how that went down. No. Kevin made his announcement December 10th. Well, the movie didn't start. Production didn't start till mid-2021. You got the announcement December 2020 that there was going to be a sequel. When did he pass? August? The movie didn't start shooting till damn near 2 years later. Just stop for a second, just because I be reading the comments and everything like that. Oh man, cut him some slack. No, you stay right there. Stay right there. Paul Walker passed over a weekend while they were in the midst of production. You saw it, you read it just like I did. Fatal car accident. You know, it was on a Saturday. It could be Sunday, but our mother mine said it was Saturday. But this happened over a weekend. And you, unlike somebody else, you found out about it over the weekend. You didn't find out about it 60 days later. Y'all like Theo? No, you have to check another video for that one. You didn't find out about him being in an accident 60 days later. You found out right then and there. And they hey, time out. Had a funeral. And I still be wanting folks to tell me, you knew damn good and well what I knew watching that damn movie. You knew Paul Walker was only in it up to a point. You know they was going to do some CGI. Tell me, so I was the only one that shed some tears at the end of that damn movie? I'm the only one that teared up. I'm the only one that had to tip their head back like this. Still wasn't able to get it to go away. Blinked and had stuff. I was the only one. No, that movie still F with you emotionally, and you know it. Especially when you looked at the fact you knew what was getting ready to happen. You weren't going to see Brian O'Connor on screen again. And you knew why. You knew why. When his car and Vin Diesel's car went in separate directions, it F with you. And they played that slow song. They had the cast and crew sitting on the beach. That ain't move you? I don't know if you can tell it or not, but it's moving me just thinking about it. That wasn't respectful. Over here, we have the actor, and I still ain't seen Mom Mabley's. I thought it was me, till I saw a video not too long ago of Derek and Kevin. I still haven't watched Mom Mabley's Black Bottom Cabin. Kevin still hasn't watched Black Panther 2. Derek told him, "You're going to cry." I didn't need Black Panther 2 to make me cry about Chadwick Boseman's passing. I didn't need a fake funeral to pay my respects to him. I didn't need that. I just needed to know we wasn't going to see him again. That was hard enough to process in and of itself. Because it's not that you just not going to get to see him again as an actor. You're not going to be able to learn from him as a person, which was what I was taking away from him. It wasn't the acting. It was him as a person, him as a man. What made you want to write this play for your classmate? What made you want to find out your African roots? What made you want to learn Xhosa and Swahili like that? Like, what made you at your age in college recognize the significance of a boycott? What made you do that? I listened to Derek and I listened to Kevin, and I can't imagine what his parents are going through. But listening to Derek, who is a pastor at a church in Tennessee, it was because of his relationship with God. Tell me, in our community, in our culture, in 2025, with folks doing red pill, blue pill tests, with folks doing balloon tests and everything like that, with so much propaganda being out there pitting blacks against one another, regardless of what demographic it is, tell me we couldn't use some more of that. Tell me we couldn't use more Chadwick Bosemans out there. Tell me we couldn't use more Black people who are able to walk in their strength, but still be considerate, compassionate for others, whether they look like them or not. Tell me we can't use some more of that. Tell me we can't use some more of that fully grown baked man, fully grown baked woman. Tell me we can't use some more of that. Tell me we can't. Yeah, we can. And ain't now one of them taught it to us. And they didn't discuss it on the Breakfast Club. So when you ask me my opinions of Ryan Coogler's interview on the Breakfast Club, I wish him well on the centers. I do. I wish him and Michael B. Jordan well. When it comes to anything superhero related, I wish he would stop, and I wish folks would stop asking him, and I wish folks would stop speaking on it. Those that either A, don't know, and you don't know, or B, don't care, or C, don't know and don't care. I would just appreciate it if they all stopped. And I don't really want to give them the time and attention, because I've seen some comedians that are funny as hell, but stupid as hell when it comes to superhero knowledge. I've seen some actors that are brilliant actors and stupid as hell when it comes to superhero knowledge. I've seen rappers that are brilliant rappers, stupid as hell when it comes to superhero. It's the same thing. Politicians, all lawyers, it don't matter. They stupid as hell. They got a reason. They got justification to be stupid as hell, because they doing some other stuff. Stuff that takes a lot of their time. But if we know it's taking a lot of their time, why we keep asking them and acting like they credible? No, they not. Keep up with these notes, then I'm going to get on up out of here. I didn't come here for a long time. I just came here for a good time. What's going on, Big Javon? What's going on, Big Ruben in the building? What's going on? Well, it's crazy that it's probably more kids out there who probably have cancer themselves, but yet they can see, that's it. That's it. They can never see T'Challa on a live action movie screen again, because ain't nobody thinking about them. The person that was thinking about them is passed away. What's going on? Nothing says honoring a friend that you describe as humble by doing the opposite of his example is being it. I think so. Winston Duke only cared about the movie. Winston Duke, who was being interviewed, I want to say by Jennifer. I know I'm not going to say that. He was being interviewed and he accused the fans of being selfish. Then in the same breath said, we know the character's going to be recast. It's canon. He's still alive in the comics. My man. I'm sick of all this damn giggling he do every time T'Challa's name is mentioned. It's like he thinks this is, he does, because it's significant to him. And I don't want to misspeak. I don't. But if we're looking at his movie, his writing, his production career, Black Panther, those two movies are the feathers in his cap. That's what that is. Yes, Queen and Slim, phenomenal. Black Messiah, phenomenal. Not gonna act like that. Fruitvale Station, absolutely. But when you think about Ryan Coogler, you mention those other movies now after the fact. It's Black Panther and Black Panther 2. Well, the thing is that it's easy for me to keep up that facade that these are my two best works of art if nobody knows any different. I was doing a video, shout out to King Cam Ujamba podcast, on Sunday. And I ain't gonna lie, I was talking to Kamoyo. I thought some stuff that I knew, because like I said, I don't think I'm the smartest person in the room. I just assumed some stuff that I knew he and the audience knew. No, that's not true. Well, he represents a demographic. Now, his demographic is those that I want the character recast. I love the character. I love the actor, but I want the character recast. I'm not as knowledgeable. But he not acting like that. They not acting like that. They were like, wait. which me, it's like, you went to the movie. You ain't know nothing about this character till you went to the movie. That's fair. That's absolutely fair. You get the movie. The stories in the comics are better than this, except for John Ridley's trash. The stories in the comics are better than what you got in either movie. And here's the telling point. Those who listen and then go pick up a comic book, they start asking questions. Why ain't get this in the movie? There's no way around it. You gonna ask the question. How is Bucky the White Wolf, but Hunter's the? You gonna ask questions. There's no way around it. You go, because the more knowledge you gain, you're going to see some separation between what you read and what you watched. And what it's not gonna make sense. You're gonna be like, why I just couldn't get this. Those who cap for the movie, they're not gonna pick up a comic book. They not. They're gonna stand 10 toes down right there with that movie. The only thing they can mention to a comic book fan in passing is that T'Challa died for sure to become the Black Panther. That's it. Not one. They don't even know the griot. They call themselves black, but they don't even respect black culture to be mad about that. That an artificial intelligence, AI, is called the griot. Those black folks that don't give two damns about T'Challa being recast, they don't even get mad about that. That says a lot. But then again, those will be the same people who played dress up for both movies and ain't tried to learn one word of Swahili or Xhosa. It'd be the same people. Charlamagne the God and DJ Envy are definitely industry plants. I could never be on the Breakfast Club. I could never be on the Breakfast Club for the things that I said in this video. Because I'd be like, bro, what's the difference? Well, I mean, no. It's the same Democratic Party. It's the same, regardless of who the hell running. That's like saying, well, I ain't going to vote Republican because Donald Trump running, but I would vote for Ron DeSantis. So I don't want to announce, I don't want to endorse the Republican Party because Trump running, but if Trump step aside, I'm going to endorse Ron DeSantis. It's the same damn party. Never mind. See, we ain't even talking about that. I remember that Puff Daddy vote or die campaign. Very cringe. It was. Yeah, student of the game. It did not age well, did it? What's going on, Byron Smith? Love y'all, man. Driving, but tuned in. Appreciate it, Big Byron. Mr. Witt, yeah, definitely be safe. And it's crazy the problems we have with MCU. We see it in Star Wars with Finn. We see it in Fox for X-Men. We see it with the Leia Spawn movie. We see it with lack of Cyborg in DCEU. Wesley and Ali age out of Blade. Thank you so much, Diabolical. I especially love that X-Men part. Darwin. I don't. Darwin. I'm looking at us now because I ain't talking to nobody else. Darwin. X-Men, First Class, Darwin. Now, mind you, because I read comic books, I go from when that movie came out to last year when Tom Brevoort said there's not enough viable black X-Men. Darwin. So I'm the only black person felt some type of way that the cat whose powers literally allow him to adapt to anything died in the movie. You know that movie went from us just having one chocolate chip in it to none after that. And who watched it? We did. Who all was black in that movie? Not only did you watch the movie, you bought the damn DVD. I know I did too. I ain't finna act like that. Not you bought and watched that movie. We wasn't really in it. They deleted us. You bought the first X-Men movie. You paid money to go see it in the movie theater as a black person. We had Halle Berry. That was it. You paid for it again. You did. We watched, was it Days of Future Past? Didn't Halle Berry get killed? Didn't Bishop get killed? So the only reason why, to a degree, with that all-star cast, we was there was no reason for us to be there after that. Okay, well, I'm tired of that. I'm tired of that. You went to go see the Avengers? I did. Did you think it was a bad movie? I didn't either. Okay, where you at in it? You gonna say Nick Fury? Okay. I'm tired of paying for stuff like that. No, you ain't. We didn't do nothing. We gave some orders. We asked somebody, well, do you see the sun rising up on that side? Yeah, okay, well, damn it, it should be, yeah, that's what we did. Okay, Captain America, Winter Soldier. Captain America, Winter Soldier. You like Sam? I like Sam too. Was Brock Rumlow whooping his ass from one side of the office to the other side of the office until the helicarrier fell on him? Did I tell you Sam is 6'2", 250 from Harlem? That's Ray Lewis. You ain't got Anthony Mackie built like Ray Lewis, and you ain't got Anthony Mackie acting, hitting folks like Ray Lewis. That's Ray Lewis. Oh, okay. Are you afraid of James Rhodes? War Machine. Outside the armor. You should be. That's a physically imposing brother. No. Yeah. Luke Cage ain't the only big brother we got. Lamar Hoskins is that big. Bill Foster ain't short. I'm just saying, when you know better, you do better. But yeah, we ain't get it. Whereas Hugh Jackman, Harrison Ford, and Ian get to continue. What did Harrison Ford get to do? We not even finna make a big deal about this. When us colored folk, when we was talking about nobody could, and we still saying that to this day. And some of us actually went to go see Captain America 4. Oh, there's only gonna be one T'Challa. Well, I ain't trying to be funny, but I don't think William Hurt did a bad job as Thunderbolt Ross. Do you? Yeah, I know Sam Elliott played it early on, but did William Hurt do a bad job? Like, when you looking at me right now and I say William Hurt, do you not see him as Thunderbolt Ross? You don't see him with the mustache? You ain't, while I'm talking to you, you ain't looking at Avengers Age of Ultron? You don't see him walking into their campus talking about the Sokovia Accords? I do while I'm looking at you. Ain't nobody say a word. Not only did Kevin Feige not say a word, Anthony Mackie went on Jemele Hill's show. He ain't say a word. Jemele Hill, as a journalist, ain't asked him for his word. But honestly, she shouldn't have to. Do you know why? Because you black and you saw what I saw. Somehow or another, that's what I said. Somehow or another, some of us just made it make sense. It makes sense to me. That's what my brother Daryl say. Make it make sense. That ain't make sense. Appreciate that, Diabolical. MCU fans and comic book fans are not the same. No, they're not. But you would let the movie fans tell it. They are. What's going on, Big Jermaine? What's going on? Hero Z already bad enough that they race swap Reed Richards and Namor. You know I'm going to touch my nose. And do you know why I'm going to touch my nose? Because I'm going to let them folks over there that's going to bring it up and blame DEI, and they not going to be able to tell you anything else. See, if I said the Fantastic Four movie sucked with Michael B. Jordan in it, it ain't because they race swapped the character. The script sucked. the script sucked ass. Because I would be like this. Okay, well, if I'm looking at characterizations and everything like that, I still ain't seen Mary Jane yet. I'm right there with my European brothers. Man, they ain't had Mary Jane in a Spider-Man movie yet. You know what? You right. You right. They ain't had Mary Jane in a Spider-Man movie yet. You are absolutely right. If they say they ain't got Gwen Stacy and they mad about them, like, you know what? You right. You ain't got Gwen Stacy yet. But see, we can say that and be able to articulate it because we comic book fans and we ain't bigots and we ain't racist and everything like that. So we would be able to articulate that. Still wouldn't have anything to do with them with the movie sucking. Because even though that wasn't Mary Jane, what? Tobey Maguire's version of the Spider-Man is seen as pretty good. So it ain't always the casting, it's the script. Be sucking ass. Monica should have been Cap Marvel and Carol. Yes. Kamala should not have any Marvel in her name. Not this soon in the game. Appreciate that, Big Jermaine. Would have been dope to see Sam and T'Challa in the same side in live action. At the very least, T'Challa should have popped up in Captain America Civil War. But see, for him to pop up and it be justified, he's showing, not Civil War, for him to pop up and it be justified in Winter Soldier, we should have got Azuri. We finna get him in 1943 and still not finna do the story right. But why didn't Azuri pop up in Captain America Civil War? It could have been a flashback scene. I'm gonna say Captain America First Avenger. Could have been a flashback scene. We damn sure have gotten Blue Marvel in the Marvels. That's like making the Jacksons without Michael and Janet. You're absolutely right. And only Jobu I know is a voodoo doll from Major League. That's the only damn Jobu I knew. So Theo, no, because when I sat there in the movie, that was the first thing I thought about when he said in Jobu. I was like, in Jobu, wait. I know damn good and well you ain't named T'Chaka's younger brother after a damn voodoo doll from the movie Major League with Dennis Hesper in it. I know that ain't Dennis Hesper. But that's what you did. For that reason alone, you know how Kevin say he's looking out for older folks. He ain't want to confuse them with the 10 rings and the Infinity Stones. Well, damn it, don't confuse us here. Quite a few old folks went to go see Major League. 1, 2, 3, 4, yes. We know who the hell Jobu is. Why Pedro Serrano can't hit a damn curveball. They left Misty and Luke over on Netflix. Yeah, they did. And they race swapped Valkyrie and even though I believe that Norse mythology has European origins, so it doesn't make sense at all. Did that with Heimdall. But Theo, what you saying? I'm just asking, which would we have preferred? Idris Elba as Heimdall, not really doing anything, or Idris Elba as Bill Foster. Yeah, he at that age where he could have been helping the ghost if this the route we wanted to go, but I still could have seen my dog whoop some ass. I could have seen him get big and whoop some ass. The only person I seen get big in Ant-Man and the Wasp, even though Bill Foster, was Scott Lang. I'd already seen Scott Lang grow. He did that in Civil War. Why I can't get Bill Foster growing? Didn't they give me a flashback with Hank Pym and Janet shrinking down? I got a flashback. Crazy how I can get flashbacks over here, but I can't get no flashbacks over here. So I can't get no flashback of Bill Foster getting big, and I can't get no flashback of Isaiah Bradley whooping anybody's ass. I'm not the smartest person in the room. I'm not the only black person that noticed that. I'm not. You're not finna make me feel like I noticed what you didn't notice. No, you saw that too. You saw that too. You ain't seen nobody throw a right hook at James Rose and James catch it like Reacher. Let me stop you for a second. James Rose got more in common with Alan Rickman than he got in common with Don Cheadle. And just to be clear, Alan Rickman like 6'4", 260. Sam is 2 inches shorter and 10 pounds lighter. Sam Wilson. You need me to say that one time? Alan Rickman, 6'4", 260. Well, Sam is 2 inches shorter, 10 pounds lighter. Okay, that you got that visual? Okay. That look like Don Cheadle? I'm not knocking him. But that ain't Don. That look like Terrence Howard? What's going on, Stamina? What's going on? What's going on, big dog? Would have made sense to make Who Is in Jobu star Sterling. We'll pass on Sinners. I'm waiting for him by Jordan Peele. Okay, that's what's up. You gotta let me know. You gotta keep me up to date with that, big bro. Well, you know you're gonna do that anyway, because we talk to him every day. A god of a radio show. Man, that's what it gotta be, because there ain't nothing else. What's going on, Big Gray? Super producer in the building. Mr. William, Rashard Walker. What's going on, Big Rashard? I think they had Paul Brother do that last scene. Yeah, and I still broke down. I did this right here, like, I felt it bubbling up too. You know, your vision get effed up because you got water sitting on the top of your irises and everything like that. I'm trying not to do this because I'm noticing there's other folks around me and everything like that. I got my woman sitting with me. So, you know, you a dude, you supposed, and this is a Fast and Furious movie, so you ain't necessarily supposed to be showing these emotions. So I'm trying to look up. It ain't work. It ain't work. It ain't. I'm so glad she asked me, "Are you crying?" Because I don't know what I'd have said. Clearly, I was getting misty-eyed. Clearly, I was. What's going on? We in here, Gray in the building. Too many of us want to settle for the representation we were given. Yeah, that. I still haven't seen it. Byron definitely can. We are programmed. I know, and I be just wanting us to. You want us not to be programmed. Hey, Theo, a lot of people say folks like you and I are spreaders of disinformation. That's the Twitter version. You know what? This is what we're going to start telling them going forward, big dog. Google me. If I'm lying, Google it. Google it. Just Google. But when you realize I ain't lying, have the intestinal fortitude to come back and say, I was wrong. Don't think you better than God. Don't think you better than God. Be able to do what God did. I was wrong. If you can't, I ain't saying, I'm just saying. But yeah, Teleprofit, I still don't know why they even called Bucky that in the movie. Same reason why they called the older lady Zara Vari. Because you don't care. They don't. That Darwin death still pisses me off. Huh, man. Huh, man. I'm so glad my dog Edie Gathegi got that job. James, good looking, big dog. Good looking. Hell yeah. Good looking. They did my dog dirty. Good looking. Now, if you could just go over here and get my dog Jonathan Majors. Yeah. Go and get him. We could have him being Jeff. Imagine, y'all stay with me now. Y'all stay with me now. Theo, y'all stay with me now. So, I got Mr. Sexy Flexy. Aaron Pierre, that's Jon Stewart. All right. And I got Edie Gathegi. That's That's Michael Holt. And both of them then got geeked up. Because I seen Edie with his shirt off of there. Both of them geeked up, right. That's two right there. James, on behalf of the Rock With Me Nation, I got Jonathan Majors, and I got his beautiful wife, Megan Good. We can't go wrong right here, James. We can't go wrong. This will win. We coming. You can either give me Jonathan Majors as Jefferson Pierce. Can. You absolutely can. You can make his wife, because Jefferson's wife is always around. Yes, Lynn is always around. You can give that role to Megan. You could. You don't want to do that? That's fine. I got Icon. I got Icon. Rocket. Yes. Good God Almighty. And we ain't gonna act like that. No. Megan can play Zamar. Yeah. And Kiki Palmer. Yeah, that could be Rocket. Yeah, 1-800-BLK-HERO, Black Hero. Yeah. But hold on now, I ain't done. Because I don't know why we ain't did this yet. I got this dude out here, Michael Jai White. Bronze Tiger. Let's make it do what it's going to do. All right, we got Vixen. Oh, we got sisters to play Vixen. With Theo, who you want? You ready? Because I don't want nobody thinking I got a problem with them or nothing like that. Let's go and get Lupita Nyong'o, play Vixen. Yeah, I threw it out there. I did that on purpose. Because I don't want nobody. No, she can play that. She got an athletic build. Florence Kasumba. Or watch this, because I just like, because of what it's gonna do and everything like that. You know, Aaron Pierre, he got a girlfriend. Yeah. She could play Vixen. All in the family. See, we growing black wealth. Yeah, that's what we doing. Yeah. 1-800 Black. James, hit me up. Hit me up, James. hit me up. Manifold need more shine. Yeah. Fortunately, we got Manifold at the house, but you are absolutely right. Mr. Moloch, he do need more shine. He didn't even make it throughout the film. No, he didn't. What's going on, Grand Madam? Lovely Grand Madam in the building. What is going on? Mary Jane in the Spider-Verse. They ain't never got Mary Jane. I'm Spider-Verse, Spider-Verse, live action, animation. They ain't. I feel so bad for them. I think the only time we got Mary Jane was in Spider-Man and Animated Adventures. I think that's about it. I think that's about it. What's going on, Rashad? I feel like we should have got T'Chaka in the Age of Ultron, since they already teased Wakanda and Claw. That way we could have got a more fleshed out T'Chaka, instead of seeing him for 5 seconds. You know what, Rashad? You're absolutely right. And I point to the fact that this, once again, is whether or not you care as a black person. T'Challa's origin story, part of it was in Age of Ultron. I don't know, you're never going to be a black person and look favorably at Bruce Wayne's origin story if somebody F it up. No. The origin story is the origin story. Him and his parents, for whatever reason, walk out the back way of the movie theater instead of heading out the front lobby. We don't know why they did that. They did that. They walked out the back entrance. Back entrance led to Crime Alley. They walk out there. Joe Chill walk up. Hey, let me get that up off you. Thomas not trying to hear that. He want to be superhero and everything like that. Joe like say less. Joe delete him. Thomas, and Martha. You see that story. I don't give a damn whether they show Thomas and Martha getting deleted or you just see some white pearls hitting the ground. We see that story. Hold on. I got the Avatar bass at the door. And I don't know how that happened. Yeah. We have to put the Avatar bass up. The Avatar bass really is like Bass. He want his time. He really ain't trying to hit it. he ain't trying to hit that at all. You get back to these notes and everything like that. But yeah, so in regards to that, we know Bruce's story just like we know Clark's story. You know, if a Superman movie start out, you're gonna see a whole bunch of explosions on planet Krypton. You're gonna see a couple walk out. You're gonna see a dude with black hair. You're gonna see a woman walk out. She may or may not have blonde hair. It might be a brunette. They gonna hover over a rocket with an infant in it. That's what's ingrained in your memory. This character don't even look like you, and you don't even remember when was the first time you came across this image, but you know Clark's origin story better than you know the back of your damn hand. You know Bruce's origin story, but you know whose origin story you don't know, but you swear you're a fan of. And that's the damnedest thing to me. You swear you're a fan of Black Panther, but you can't tell folks his origin story. That's no different to me than an X-Men fan who goes above and beyond to argue with somebody that the first 5 are Jean, Rogue, Logan, Scott, and Aurora. I wish you would say that to an X-Men fan. An X-Men comic book fan, you quoting anything movie-wise is going to get you cursed out, your feelings hurt, drugged, and embarrassed in ways you ain't got to worry about misspeaking on anything Black Panther related. Now, that's the damnedest shame of it all right there. And you know I ain't lying. You would get cursed out if you told somebody that the starting 5 for the Avengers was Hulk, Thor, Cap, Hawkeye, and Black Widow. You better not fix your mouth to say that. You better not. You better not. And you know you better not. You better not. But here's the sad part. Those that know Avengers lore will be more than happy to misspeak. Some of them, not all of them, will be more than happy to misspeak on Wakandan lore. There are those that know the origin story of the Avengers in the movies ain't what's in the comics, but will act like the origin story for Black Panther in the movies is what it is. No, it's not. No, it's not. T'Challa's origin story, it involves T'Chaka. It involves Claw. If we can sit there and feel bad for Bruce when his parents got deleted, then we should be feeling good that we should be able to feel good that T'Challa is responsible for Claw missing part of his right arm, not his left one. But you got folks, they don't get too damn about that origin story, but let them tell it they Black Panther fan. Bass must be hungry. Bass wants something. Came out of Crip. Yeah, it did. Peace to the brother. What's going on? You know, Theo, it blew my mind when I found out Rogue and Dazzler was supposed to be inspired by Grace Jones. That's why I want Kiki. Yep, that's what that was. Kiki trying to be Rogue at the moment. As a matter of fact, Monica Rambeau was supposed to be designed after Pam Grier. That's what the creator wanted her to be, designed like Pam Grier. But by the time the artist got done, she just looked like a generic black character with an afro. So you're not wrong. Kiki trying to be Rogue at the moment. But that go back to that thing that I be saying. Kiki want to be Rogue because Rogue is sassy. Kiki, she sees herself as a sassy individual. Rogue is a sexual individual, sexually independent. Rogue is not afraid of who she is as a woman. Rogue embraces her curves. Okay, safe to say Keke Palmer does that as well. All right. So I would be looking at Keke Palmer like, so you don't know of any black characters? Is she gonna say no? But does Rogue need her shine, or could what Tempo? Why Tempo can't take on Keke Palmer's personality? Didn't I mean, I don't even want to say it like this, but didn't we watch Nick Fury take on Samuel L. Jackson's personality and likeness? Didn't we see, folks don't like to admit that, but didn't Tony Stark's personality shift more so towards Robert Downey Jr.'s portrayal of him? Why Keke Palmer can't be Dr. Cecilia Reyes? Now, these would be questions, I'm not asking you specifically, but these would be questions that I would ask to our black actors and actresses. I get you not knowing, but you aren't even asking. And they will be more than happy to use your status as a celebrity to highlight these characters that your children, because Keke got a child, that your children will never see look like them. They would never represent you, your people, your family, your culture, nothing. So why would you want to portray this character? No, it's not a question of whether or not you can do it. We know that. But why would you want to use your shine, your light to bring forth these characters that our children, our daughters, hell, their mothers and fathers need? But she not gonna know if don't nobody tell her. She not gonna know unless somebody tell her. So then the question becomes, and I asked this question before, okay, who in Black Hollywood is it? When these actors and actresses go forth toward a job, what black executive, black director, like, you know that character ain't black, right? Where's that person? Where's that person that's going to ask these actors and actresses, you don't want to play the black character? Huh? People say hunking here. You don't want to play the black character? Because then this is going to be the statement. Well, I didn't know there were other black characters. Aren't we sitting up here right now and we're talking about the young lady, Viola Davis? She wants to be a superhero in Marvel. Who? That we're not finna age up. That we're not finna race swap. What we would have to do is create a brand new character for Viola Davis. But then that's that rooster coming home to roost again. Why these comic book companies ain't done it? Where is the older black female character at? What I asked this question yesterday, I asked it again. Because I was doing Karama Horn, or reading from Karama Horn's book. They have an alternative school in Wakanda. The Doras go there and get trained. Wakanda School for Alternative Studies. That's the Strange Academy, but in Wakanda. You black, I'm black. We black, we black. Okay. If not, we critical thinkers. We critical thinkers. T'Challa the only superhero in Wakanda? That makes sense. T'Challa is the only person with enhanced abilities in Wakanda. They got more superpowered people in the Winter Guard in Atlantis than Wakanda. We really think it's just T'Challa and Shuri. That whole nation, that's part of the problem. That's part of the problem. We can't look at Zenzi right now because Zenzi is the physical manifestation of Bass. So we can't use Zenzi. We don't know where the first Malice at. Nakia is I don't like doing that. We got Madam Slay. She locked up right now, but she's too old to be. I'm saying she's not old enough to be Viola Davis. You can definitely do it. Gonna be wonderful. Gonna be crazy. Who else we got? Queen. Start with a Z, but she got a crush on T'Challa. That's gonna be kind of weird. You can do it. Gonna be kind of weird. The manifestation of Ramunda in the Dajaya that trained Shuri when she was becoming a griot. I don't know if she would like that because that character is here but not necessarily here. So we gonna gender bend. We gonna call her Nicholas Fury. We gonna give her an eye patch. Make more black heroes, you won't have them problems. Instead of giving us a flashback of Isaiah, they gave us yet another flashback of Bucky in the exact same show. Make it make sense. It don't, and I ain't even finna hurt your feelings like that. Bass wants to no Kiki Faro. I'm just saying they want to play white characters, but then complain why there isn't original black characters. Because I ain't trying to. I'm just gonna say it, and maybe the black actors and actresses need to hear it from us as black fans. I'm not pressed to see you play a race swap character. So to not Mahershala Ali, but to the brother that's playing Wonder Man, I don't want to see that. I don't know how to. I don't want to say that and make it seem like I don't want to support you. I want to support you. I just don't want to see you play a white character. Not when I know Adam Brashear's sitting right over there, and you got the specifics. You got the specs. We could have graded out your temples and everything like that. You could have been right over there with Adam Brashear. I don't know why that ain't the character you asked for. I don't know why you settled for somebody giving you Simon Williams when that character ain't ever gonna be black. But yeah, you could have been right on over there. And we'd have marked it on our calendar and everything. Recast T'Challa? Oh man, that would have been a question then. But make it easy for us. So no deep thinking in the acting community. No, all that race swap is tired and lame. Absolutely. Absolutely. Y'all not wrong. Mackie didn't show whose Cap villains were. Don't get me started. So will they make Gambit black? If Rogue is black, will you find another way to curb black love? Probably. Gambit probably still gonna be that raging Cajun. Unfortunately, Rogue and Dazzler are product of comic book colorists who lied, saying he didn't know who Grace Jones is. They know who we are. Stop them lying. Viola and her husband could be Maria and Frank Rambo. Could be, but see, now they could be. Monica's mom and dad could be special agents, but then now we finna do something we ain't necessarily trying to do in the comics. We finna take these two characters that have largely been sidelined, and we finna dedicate at least a 5-issue series to them being secret agents, and then we would have to bring Monica back because that would be bringing Monica back into the fray. Thus, Monica would what? At the very least, have an ongoing monthly series for about what? 10, 12 months. She doing something. Her family's involved in it. Mom and dad, because they spies, secret intelligence. Who got that type of force? Who got that type of mindset? Who act like they care enough over there to do that? I'm just fair question. Who would even conceive of such a thing? Oh, hey, let's retcon Monica and Viola Davis just said she want to be a superhero. Okay, well let's retcon Monica and her dad. We've already did it once. They work for the army. Let's make them intelligence officers. Yeah. Let's do that. And so we could call it. Watch this. And I like this one. It's got appeal to it because it sounds like something else we didn't already watched in the movies. The Rambos. We could call the movie Meet the Rambos. No, man. That's too much like right. We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that. The Komodo King, they wanted to make Magneto and Xavier black. And I don't know why. Because wasn't nobody asking for that. To their original inspiration, black women folk with mutation. Yeah. No, Terry, because you just pairing them with a white actor, basically. Yeah. Komodo like that. Peace to the brother. Yeah. Just goofy. Komodo, that would have been the case if I didn't hear it out. Yeah. Nicola Fury, oh Lord. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. That every time you have a black actress in a sci-fi franchise, they appear with it. But listen, I said that today, Komoyo, and it's weird because I was like, when we be talking about T'Challa and Aurora being a couple, folks act like they be missing what you're saying. You know what we're saying, but you as a black person, you can say you don't want T'Challa with Aurora, but you cannot think of another black character, male or female, for her to be with. Even there are some of us Black Panther fans. Folks, these characters aren't real. They don't do what they do. Folks make them. Make. There ain't a fictional character done a damn thing yet. They wanted to do. We make. Real people make. We force them. Since folks like using that word. We force these fictional characters. These fictional characters don't do a damn. They don't do nothing, act nothing, say nothing, think nothing unless we force them to. So when you look at folks that say, because there's some of us that do it, or Aurora's a slut, she should, T'Challa's better than that. But you ain't saying who you want T'Challa to be with. You just degrading the other character for some stuff the other character had nothing to do with. Your energy should be directed at the writer who wrote those characters out of character. That's where your energy should be at. That's where it should be at right there. But if you're going to say you don't want T'Challa with Aurora or Aurora with T'Challa, give me the other black character. It's awfully telling when black folks go so hard and never bother offering up another black character. That's crazy to me. That's a wild moment to me. Kamoyo say F. Claremont. Kiki could play a character named Pathway, original black character. Yeah, right now. He didn't want T'Challa with Storm, so he can right there like Triple H. What's going on, big person? What's going on? What's going on? So that said, I want to round it back up, summarize it and everything like that. This video was very much so about the Ryan Coogler interview on Breakfast Club. Very small portion of it in regards to what he got from Chadwick Boseman. I'm not going. He said it. Chadwick Boseman was teaching lessons even when you didn't think he was, by example. We can be hurt. We can be hurt. And I've heard people say, well, you don't mourn that long. I've never agreed with that statement that there's a time frame on mourning. I've never agreed with that. You do learn how to move on because that person isn't in your life. And the reason why I've never agreed with that, because if I think too long about my mother, I was 13. My grandfather, I was either 22 or 23. My grandmother, I want to say I was 34, 35. And my aunt, I was 35 or 36. I'm still mourning. I don't know how to tell you that's a bad thing. What I can tell you is I don't hear their voices anymore. I don't get to see them. I don't get to go home for the holidays and have that holiday dinner. I will never get to hear my grandmother call me by my first name again. I won't ever get to have meaningful conversations with my grandfather, the father figure in my life. I won't get to do that. So I don't want to say there's a time limit on mourning. I don't want to say that. I will say that we do know how to go on. We all do. We've all done it. I will say that there's a lesson to be learned. I don't believe he learned it. I don't believe he's learned it. I don't believe he's been pressed in regards to whether or not he's learned it. And I don't believe the interviewers, the Breakfast Club just being the latest example, care enough, know enough to ask him if he's learned it. So when it comes to this interview, I look at this interview to be exactly what it was. The Breakfast Club had him on the show to hype up their ratings. He went on the show to promote sinners. Mission accomplished. In regards to all this talk about Chadwick Boseman, his role in the Black Panther franchise, I heard him. I did. I heard him. I listened to him. I did. I don't agree with a damn thing he said. I don't agree with it. I don't want to know Chadwick had his Simone, so what type of time were those weirdos are? I don't know. I always wanted, yeah, you always mourn your loved ones. You just learn to accept that as time passed. Yeah, that was it. Was he in competition with Lupita? Oh, no. Every time someone says Chadwick's name to Coogler, he giggles like a schoolgirl. You know, Grand Madam, you're not the first one to mention that tonight. Hey, I like that, Mr. Molot, Mr. and Mrs. Rambo. Absolutely. We could get that. We could get that. So that's what I wanted us to know. That will summarize it and everything. I thank y'all so much. Y'all cared about how I felt about the interview, which was why I did the video, because enough of y'all asked. Well, I'd like to think, I hope that I did a better job in answering your questions than someone else did answering other questions. And I tried to do this as respectful as I possibly could. That said, we out. Thank you so much for pulling up. If this was your first time pulling up, hit that like button before you go. Before you go, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. If you enjoy content like this or commentary like this, please subscribe to the channel. I am still working on comic book reviews. Just been a lot going on today and everything like that. So yeah, like, share, subscribe. Tomorrow is What a Week It Was Wednesday. And that's when we combine stuff from the entertainment world, the comic book world that's been going on. And if you have not jumped on Absolute Green Lantern, I don't know what you're waiting on. But Theo, what you saying? So you know we covering Blackest Night, right? And you know who the antagonist, one of them is in Blackest Night, right? Right. Well, the title of the first issue of Absolute Green Lantern tells you who the antagonist is. Same damn person. I just want to see how it's going to play out in the Absolute universe. And boy, hey now, you're an all-star. Let me see. Joe got beef with Guy Gardner. We don't know why. It involves a police chief position. John is still an architect. All right, all right. Hal. Oh, I ain't. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna say whatever you need to do to get caught up with issue one, do that. We will be having a view discussion on that later on this week and everything like that. So yeah, we gonna make it do what it do. That said, we out. We are out. This has been a blast. This has been a pleasure. We're gonna do this again. So in memory of the late great Don Cornelius and Chadwick Boseman. Till next time, in the meantime, in between time, I wish each and every last one of you love, peace, and so we out.